So taking up a comfortable seated position, whether in a chair or sat on the floor, the key is to be comfortable. And you align your spine up to the sky, extending the cervical part of the spine and gently tucking chin in, nestling the tongue into the gums behind the teeth. And the key is to be relaxed as you can. No need to hold a special mudra. Just rest your hands where you feel most comfortable. At the beginning, feeling the connection to your breath. And then when you hear the sound of the bells, now that your posture is aligned, you make a commitment to not move and be completely still during the time of the sitting. Remain still to movements within of the mind, which includes physical sensations of the body. And as you adopt the stillness, there may be a little bit of tension, if you like, as you hold the position. But try to relax into the stillness without losing the integrity of the posture. And let your body, let your nervous system welcome the stillness. Feel a sense of openness in your body and in the mind. To receive the stillness. If you are new to this, you may feel the resistance of being still. And that's okay, just stay connected to the breath. And feel the sensation of gravity guiding your attention down into your belly, deep into the pelvic bowl. And this is not forced. It's a light guiding of your attention downward with your gentle focus. And be patient. It takes a little bit of time for the mind to understand your subtle guidance. And this is where it's important to remain absolutely still so that the mind and the nervous system understand your internal request. Where the attention goes, the prana will flow. With practice, this can happen very quickly. But if you're new, it can take a little bit of time. And the reality of true meditation is very similar to falling asleep, in that you lay still, you close your eyes, and the functioning of the mind, busyness, is wanting to be surrendered. The persona, the person, is wanting to be let go of. The difference here is that you're sitting and not lying down. And you're following the same process. But you're remaining fully alert and awake to the transition. Sometimes as we every time we try to fall asleep, we can get a little bit dreamy, and the veils of the finite world start to become thin. But it's at this point where you must stay alert. So if you notice a dreaminess, sleepiness start to appear, just slightly open your eyes, like 1/10 open, just letting the light hit the back of the retina. And noticing what that does to your nervous system, keeps it alert. Now, as your attention is pooling into your pelvic bowl, begin to relinquish control over your breath. And again, in the same way as when we fall asleep, the breath continues throughout the whole night without any effort from ourselves. So we're now following the same principle, but in the waking state. Just let the breath breathe by itself. The analogy I always like to use is, imagine your breath is your mother or father holding your hand, and you are the child, the innocent, pure, untouched child. And your breath is your guide. And as like when we were children, we completely trust in our mother or father to protect us, guide us, lead us. So transpose that metaphor into this moment. For the breath is always there. Unlike our mother and father, it's not possible for them to always be there. Yet the breath is. So rather than taking hold of the breath and guiding it as we would in a pranayama, just let your breath lead you. Let your attention be just behind the breath, following it. It's very subtle. Now and again, you may need to take a deep, expansive breath. The body will naturally tell you when that's needed. What is actually happening when you allow your attention, awareness to be led by the breath? You are surrendering, relinquishing the grasping of the body-mind. Don't be afraid of this vulnerability that's needed to surrender to the breath. Remember, the breath is the only thing in life that is reliable every second of every moment. keeping us alive. So if there's anything you can trust, it's your breath. And see clearly in your awareness what happens when you be led by the breath. A deeper wave of relaxation comes over the body as you relinquish control and grasping of the mind. And in that moment of surrender, relinquishing of control, a wave of stillness penetrates the body. A wave of natural, innocent, and complete stillness. Effortlessly permeates into the body-mind. And there's no tricks here. This is not an illusion. This is just simply letting go of the grasping that attention can have over the body-mind. It's like for this period of the sitting, you're just logging out. And you're not going anywhere. You're just allowing yourself to simply be. Be still. Be your natural state. Very simple. you may notice that within this stillness, the listening sense is deeply married to the inner silence. Mind may have ideas, preconceptions of what your true self, your true nature looks like or feels like. These are just ideas, mental concepts. Let your deep listening, stillness of your body, rest in your attention in the belly. Allowing yourself to be led by the breath. Surrender to its movement. And all the concepts dissolve. And again, we're not aiming to go anywhere or have a specific experience. If you were to describe how it feels, it's just like you're just floating. But not floating up into the heavens, just naturally being here, very rooted to the earth. There's a quality of you're here, but not as form. You're just here as an indescribable presence. and that within this still presence, mind and body exists. And you may see that the mind is still moving inside the presence. True meditation is about simply allowing that to occur. And one is not even observing the mind. The mind just is moving inside the deep, still presence of now. This presence feels expansive, yet rooted. One sure way to know that you're possibly being pulled back into form, into mind, is that there's a contractive sensation. Simply and compassionately, compassion is the key. Just compassionately return your attention to the belly. Remain still. Deeply listen and allow yourself to be led by the breath. And in that moment, the grasping of mind is released. The key is to recognize, just see when that grasping is arising, when the mind is pulling you into a shape. And the exquisite beauty of the being is that there's nothing to do here. Everything just is complete. May all beings be happy. May all beings live in peace. May all beings be free.